So we all know that Disney's track record with the Star Wars franchise hasn't been the best lately. From average movies to the flop of Solo, a Star Wars story, things have been a little awkward for the mouse. I've always been a Star Wars fan, ever since I saw New Hope from the backseat of my cousin's car in a drive-in. And one thing that always kept me loving Star Wars and kept me coming back was the expanded universe. And within the expanded universe, I was mainly interested in the books. And believe me, I have a lot of them. So when Disney came out and said that the EU wasn't canon anymore, my heart sank. All those amazing stories and adventures didn't mean a thing now. All those great characters were literally thrown in the trash. Characters like Darth Maul, who was cut from the lore, only to be brought back as a shadow of what he could have been. Another incredible character was Grand Admiral Thrawn. Created by Timothy Zahn, Thrawn appeared for the first time in Heir to the Empire in 1991. A very talented tactician, Thrawn was a ruthless and cunning character with only one thing in mind: to destroy the New Republic. The funny thing about Thrawn was that he was an alien. Blue skin and red eyes, he was far from what was normal for the Empire's top brass. But why was this alien a Grand Admiral? How did he get to such a high position in the Empire fleet? Those were questions that fans have been looking for the answers for so long. And the wait is over. Timothy Zahn now tells us the story of his fantastic creation in Thrawn. A backstory that truly shows the reader what the Grand Admiral is all about. Why he thinks the way he thinks. Calculated, cunning, and why he does what he does. Always with a purpose. Always with an objective, be it for personal gain or the Empire's profit. The nearly 500-page turner tells us of how Thrawn was cast out by his people, how he arrives in front of Emperor Palpatine himself, and how he climbs through the ranks of the fleet by outsmarting smugglers and defeating all sorts of galactic lowlifes. Eli Vanto, a cadet from the wide space who was destined, by his own thoughts, to be a high-ranking storage officer. He is given the task of being the alien's translator and aide, something he doesn't want. While helping the alien get to grips with the workings of the Empire, Thrawn teaches the young cadet the art of his strategic thinking and planning. At the same time, Arinda Pryce is forced to give in to the Empire's schemes and loses her family's mining business, but vowing to return one day to reclaim everything and much more. She will cross Thrawn's path more than once, and what will come out of these crossings is for you to find out by reading the book. The locations are well depicted, being them the wild space planet where the action all starts, with its lush forests and wild animals running around, to the city planet of Coruscant and its many levels. From the sun-bathed top levels of the Empire's capital to the dark and grimy lower levels of the city, Zahn sets the scenery perfectly for whatever the plot needs. And there is never a dull moment. I'm not saying the book is non-stop action, but even when there is no action, we are compelled to continue to read just to find out if Thrawn's new plan will work out the way he intended. Even though Thrawn is a strategic mastermind, not all of his plans go off without a hitch. But the way he gets the results is satisfying, bringing a smile to my lips with how he would get the desired outcome in the end. Timothy Zahn has written some of the best expanded universe stories, and with Thrawn, his creation has been reborn into a deadly phoenix. The past of the Grand Admiral has been revealed. The only thing needed now is a continuation of this character's life in the Imperial Fleet. And if you could run into some of the other famous characters from the franchise, that would be even better. Shame that the Thrawn trilogy is now non-canon, because it is an excellent series of books. But I'm also anxious to see what Zahn will bring in the next chapter of the Grand Admiral's life. So, I would recommend every Star Wars fan to put aside what's going on in the movies and read Thrawn. It is an amazing book about one of the greatest villains ever created in the Star Wars universe. And also because of all that has happened in the film section of the franchise, it is good to see that Disney, through the pen of Timothy Zahn, can still give the Star Wars fans the stories that they want and deserve. So, you want Star Wars stories? You can start with Thrawn.